There we go. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to a fifth edition, very late, fifth edition game of Dungeons and Dragons. We are running on experimental software today due to Discord's failure. But hi, everybody, and welcome. Hopefully, everything will work out okay. Let's do some introductions, shall we? We shall start in the top right there and go with Kashka.
Hi. Yep, kashcah, DM for this adventure. Still don't know what to say.
All right, and then
Krishna will eventually kill us all.
straight down
He
into the
has
left,
killed some.
we've got being played by or playing Malvola.
Hey, I'm Nightcaste, playing Malvola, as has been said. He's a Dragonborn Hexblade Warlock. Hoping that Nobby is wrong, because I kind of like this character, and I'd really rather not have him die, but, things happen.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
All right, and then to the left of Nightcast / Malvola is Coyra.
I'm Shy. I'm playing as Coyra, a druid half elf thingamajig. And my trusty, my
Something like
trusty
that.
companion Stacky is also there.
And next to her is Grim.
Yeah, that'd be me. I'm Nabi, for those on Discord that are familiar with my antics. I'm playing Grim, a shifter holy monk, I guess you could call him, priestly monk, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
who's currently putting up with these people.
I think it's the other way around, but okay. I'm just kidding.
Sure.
Gloves are coming off.
And then next to Grim, we've got Thorn.
Hi, I'm Ghostwoods. Thorn is an elven Dreamstalker ranger. And he's having quite a week.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Accurate.
And then next to Thorn is Palkas. And that's me. I'm Vallen. I will be playing as Palkas, a half-orc wild magic sorcerer.
Who will eventually kill us all.
And everybody is confident about this. I have yet to wild magic surge, and I'm already level 3, so bleh.
It's only gonna get stronger and stronger.
Yep. Well, we shall see.
The higher level you get, the greater the odds you'll cast a higher level spell, which means more chance of surge.
You'd like to think that now, wouldn't you? Just more
I don't.
more opportunities to cast the spells is when
I
when
don't.
it happens.
I just like Coyra.
I've been playing D&D for like 25 years, and I think once has any of my characters ever even been injured by a wild magic surge. I really don't think it's that big of a thing to worry about.
It's not. I just like saying it is.
Let's
Gotcha.
keep building it up more and more so that when it does happen, then
Yeah,
Then we
all
can
of our
just
guards
say,
will be
"Told you
dropped.
so."
Yes.
just any greater polymorphs, all of us.
All right.
In the
So
newts.
let's do a
It's going
quick
to be a thing of beauty when it does.
Oh yeah.
let's do a quick recap. Last episode 9, Amric's Access. The cloaked figure that we ran into at the top of the name of the tavern. The tavern was the hold on, I've got the name. The Low Lantern Tavern, which was a boat. But the figure that we ran into as we were exiting it with Amric in tow as our captive, convinced us to give pause because they were seemingly on the same side as we were. Questions needed to be asked and answers given of what was going on with Amric's family so that many people's lives could be saved. So we went back into the tavern with Amric in tow. We talked to Rhea, who is this person, about who and why she was stopping us. It turns out she was a Hell Rider, which is a person of authority or an authoritative person in the city of El Terrell, which is the city that recently was banished to hell somehow.
Use the popo.
Right. And she was on the trail of their lost leader and city, and Amric was someone she intended to question about that. So we figured, why not? Let's take her with us. We've made worse choices. We brought along, a few other people. We've lost a few along the way. So we took her with us to Amric's family manse, and upon arrival, as expected by all of us, Amric escaped. Even though we were all prepared for it, it still
We were
happened.
so surprised.
So once we entered, of course, and we were then attacked by imps and guards and.
Oh, now,
Yeah.
hang on a second there.
Hey,
The guards didn't come after us until someone threw a rock at him or something.
I don't know
it
what
was
you're
a
talking
knife.
about.
Spell.
No, cast an ice knife at him.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I was
And
killing the
missed.
mosquitoes that were just buzzing around them. They didn't appreciate it. They came inside, and they apparently are mosquito lovers, and so.
I mean, it didn't end well for them.
Yeah.
They
No,
didn't do
no, it
that
didn't.
much.
I
I think
just
there's still a few more if you want to go get them.
I was just casting like a pretty spell to get their attention so they could come inside for the surprise party we planned. And then all of you decided to just stab them to death and stuff. So, hey,
Right, yeah.
I don't
it
know
was
that
all
I
our
did
fault.
any damage.
Actually, I'm not sure if you did.
I find that actually funny now. But we proceeded to search the vicinity until we came across a flying cat, which seemed to actually help us in defeating some of the imps. Some servants, which seemed very happy to stay out of the way, and Amric's brother, or at least who we believe to be, by the name of Thirstwell, I can't remember. We opened the door, and what happened, Kashka?
You
Take the
cast
black.
Sacred Flame at Thorn.
He cast a spell,
Oh right.
There was
flame
burning.
spell of some kind.
Yeah, there was burning. I think.
All right, so
Which could have
Kashka,
been a wizard spell, could have been a cleric spell.
take it away. Could have been a feat.
Okay,
Not that kind of burning.
Yep, let me give you a quick description of the
Burning, itching,
bedroom
such a-
once again that you open the door onto. So drab curtains cover the windows of this plain room, which contains a bed that you see here. There's a chest here, a bathtub here. This is actually a fireplace here. And standing kind of like partially taking cover behind his bed a little bit is Thirstwell Van Thamper. And we have a handout for this dude.
Handout.
There you go. I think you guys saw this last
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, we did.
So yeah, he's standing there, and as soon as you open the door and he sees that it's not one of his kind of guards or members of the Van Thamper household, he casts a spell, and I think, if I recall correctly, he did a bit of damage to Thorn. Yep, and you do see him cast a second spell. Thorn seems to be something that he's casting on himself. And then he kind of cowers down a bit behind the bed. So, yeah.
Isn't this the guy from Don't Starve?
Mm.
It
Maxwell?
looks like he didn't follow those instructions.
So, do we roll initiative?
Yeah.
I need to click.
I'm
And of course.
always happy that I'm not first.
I don't always
Just
get these
grab
high
right.
initiatives like when I'm in the back.
You can push past us.
Because you have the ridiculous movement distance.
It's not as ridiculous as it could have been.
Oh wow.
Well, no,
That's
because you could have
funny.
taken a level of barbarian and be like, I'm later.
No, I just could have gone with different sub race and
Yeah.
been faster.
Okay, I think we've got everybody.
I hope you don't hear the dogs downstairs.
Ditto.
Dogs.
Ditto.
Okay, since I'm apparently going first, how much of Thorn getting hit with the flame did I actually see?
Yeah, you
Do
would
I
have
even
seen
know
it.
there's anything
The
going on in
flame
there?
kind of like burst through the door and scorched Thorn, so
Yeah,
it's pretty visible.
yeah. And Thorn would have yelled.
Ow.
Mm.
Ow.
Yes.
Let's see.
Use the cat uphold spell.
Leave the creatures alone.
You know what? Since he wants to play with fire,
What? Thorn had a cat on him just now. That was the
Sacred
spell.
flame back at him.
yep.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Alright,
Sacred
he's gonna
Flame
try and
duo.
make his dex save, and he fails. So takes some damage. So we're taking this like this radiant damage. He cries out, "No, please don't kill me!" Anything else you want to do, Grim?
Kill him.
That'd be cold to me. That'd be cold, or to Grim, that would be cold-blooded murder. So I'll end my turn with that.
Okay.
It's like, okay, you want to throw fire? Here's some more.
Coyra?
You don't like that now, do you?
How does the entangle work again?
It would basically fill that entire room with
Yeah.
stuff that makes it hard to move.
Yeah, I'm just gonna entangle that guy, as I agree with Grim just murdering people for the sake of murdering. I'm not a fan of that idea, so I'll do the entangle thing. Did I have to click it, or see that as added the entanglement in the room?
So
What's his DC save?
They make a strength save against it, which should be on your spell sheet.
Okay, there, yeah,
You've got
it's 12.
12.
should be higher than that.
That's 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your spell.
I think it would be wisdom for being
Yeah.
a druid.
Well, for me it says 12 plus spell save DC, so I
Okay,
have
so
no idea
so you're
what's wrong.
entangling basically the room, right?
The room, yeah.
Okay. So
Hey,
he fails.
Thanks. That means I've got to make a save too, don't I?
Yep.
True.
Sorry. Oh,
I'm really starting to dislike this group.
you just hear faintly in the distance. Sorry, I didn't want to hit you, but I wanted to stop him. And that's
First
quite
Palkas hits me.
He's got nowhere to go.
At least I didn't do damage. You don't know that. Maybe has a hidden room under his bed. Who have like at this point? That's the end of my turn, by the way.
Okay. Alright. So jumping out. Oh, hang on. 1 sec. Sorry. I can't move that thing. That sucks. Jumping out from the fireplace, kind of flaps down from the chimney quite suddenly, is this imp. And the imp is going to seize Grim, kind of like standing kind of menacingly, perhaps, and is going to fly over here and kind of like is flapping around Grim's head, looking like it's going to perhaps do something if, well, looks like he's kind of keeping a very close eye on Grim.
Tasty.
Okay, and that's all the imps can do for now. So Thorn.
Okay. Bonus action Zephyr Strike.
Oh shit.
That's plus 30 feet of range. Plus, on the first turn, I get plus 10 feet of range. So my total movement this turn is 70 feet. So
What?
Are you just running in circles?
You guys say I was fast?
even halved by the entangle, I can easily get to here. And I am going to stab that wheezy little Furtler 3 times. The second and third times, if they hit, both get bonus d8s.
Okay,
He ain't taking no more.
that hits.
What spell did he cast on himself, though?
You don't know yet.
I'm sure it'll soak
Yeah,
most of the damage.
It was obviously, it was Zone of Truth.
It was Flame Shield.
Anti-Thorn
So now-
shield.
Yeah. So now Thorn detonates because he hit him.
And the
Sets
entire
off all
room
the
just sets
vines.
someplace.
Yeah,
It'd be a
and
good way
I'm
to
standing
go.
in the middle of a raging inferno thanks to friendly fire.
No, that's the Flame Shield doesn't work like that.
Okay, good.
It's
So
if you
Thorn, I
hit the
do
guy
need
who
you to
has
make
Flame
a
Shield
wisdom
on
saving
him.
throw, please.
Yes, of course. There.
It's a good save.
Yeah.
Head out.
Yep. Okay. Okay. That did not help him at all. So he very quickly expires.
Oh, jeez.
Did you say he was sickly or something?
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
this guy's like.
Whether they're
if you
sickly or
look
not,
at,
you
like,
generally want to
he's
talk to
this
them
scrawny,
before you stab the shit
like
out of them.
looks like he hasn't been
No.
outside in like months, like he hasn't seen daylight in years or something. He looks overall pretty sickly. So
We've lost 2
Yeah,
of these slippery bastards
helped
already.
him.
I'm not letting a third one talk his way out of anything.
Removing the entanglement zone. Oh no, I have to wait until my turn, since the imp is
Yeah.
still there.
The imp is still
Sorry,
there.
forgot about the imp.
Yeah, something tells me Thorn's going with the kill them all, let the gods sort them out later.
Well, I mean, particularly being fire blasted down to single-digit hit points, that was, annoying.
okay, Rhea just kind of moves up. Thirstwell is lying on the floor, bleeding out. Palkas.
Well, let's see. How far can he move? He can move, well, that would be normal movement, but then, so that's 5, 10, 15. And then that would be 25. That would get him close enough. He'd probably come over onto the bed and try and staunch the guy's wounds with the healer kit, just to keep him from completely bleeding out, because we kind of busted in on this guy and he was just like zap and then stabbed. Pilk's a little bit like maybe we might need some help from him or info and then we can kill him.
Make a medicine check.
All right.
Diabolists. Just saying.
And if it makes a difference, the healer's kit allows me to stop someone from bleeding out without the use of a medicine check. If that helps. But I don't know how you have it going, so.
So it wasn't so much the use of the healer's kit; it was more the fact that
He's
you
dead,
think that that you cannot save him. Actually,
Gotcha. Okay. So I get some bandages out. I start wrapping around his head, and I realize he's bleeding out of his chest, his kidney, and his thigh. So, and he's got a scorch mark across his eyeball. So, yep.
Yeah, so it's like you take like your stuff out of your medicine kit quick, and you're trying to apply pressure on the wound, and you just watch as like the life just exits his eyes, his face. He just completely, pops his clogs.
Put away the medicine kit, and that's my turn.
So using Spare the Dying on my turn would be probably a waste.
Malvola.
He would say he's dead, and there's no
Dead
Jim.
Jim.
There's no Jim in the party, so or James or Johnny.
Grim.
He's dead, Grim.
God.
Oh, wow.
So I'm out in the hallway and I hear that and I'm like, really? I got nothing. I mean, I will, I guess, come and assess the situation. Oh, there's an imp.
There is an imp.
Great.
Yeah.
He's dead, imp.
I mean, you do see that Grim is like stuck in the entangle, right? Like he's kind of struggling with these vines, probably looking pretty pissed off.
Yeah.
Probably.
Understandable.
Sorry, used my action for trying to save him.
Coyra's going to be getting a death glare.
So does a 19 hit the imp?
Yes, I believe it does.
Eldritch
Yep, it
Boop.
does.
Nice.
Oh my god. Okay, imp is also dead.
Now we face the point in this campaign when
Eldritch poop.
when Kashcah realizes what happens when your party just decides to start killing every NPC that they run across.
This really worked out, Lord. Just gets killed off.
He flamed me.
I'm not blaming you.
It was your sword. It just was out of control.
Indeed.
Didn't know what it was doing.
It just leapt out of my hand.
Stab the guy 3 times.
Stabbringer.
Okay, so with that eldritch boop, the imp dies too.
Yes.
Yep. So
That's turn order over, I guess.
I mean, yeah. I
So
mean, there's not much left living, right?
Yeah.
All the guards are dead.
Let's hope all our enemies are this
Let's
easy to
clear
deal with.
this. Get rid of that.
So Coyra removes the entanglement and hopes that Grim didn't see who casted it. Just in case
Grim's
he
not
gets mad.
foolish.
It's Coyra's hope.
Okay. So what you guys do now?
Palkas does the usual, checks the guy over for any useful trinkets or information that he might have stashed on his person.
Coyra actually is a fireplace on or off? I assume it's off.
It's
as-
off. Yeah.
Yeah. Coyra actually looks in the fireplace, looks up and down just to see if she sees anything.
10 more imps.
I
Imp
mean,
fountain. It's an imp dispenser.
Really fat guy in a red felt jacket.
Somehow he got stuck.
No, you don't see anything up the chimney except a lot of soot.
But in the room, you'll find a pair of angry eyes staring at you.
the Coyra is trying to ignore.
Okay, so
Actually, the
Palkas,
eyes are
you're
probably
looking
going back and
over
forth between
Thirstwell,
Coyra and
right?
Palkas.
So you
We have a common
find
enemy.
actually he doesn't seem to have much on his person at all, except so he's wearing this kind of like long robe, like almost like dressing gown kind of thing, and in the pocket of this robe he has a key tucked.
Well, I guess
No
I'll
wonder
take
what
that.
the key goes to.
Palkas takes the key and says, I found a key. Search the room for any other items.
There's a
Perhaps
chest in
there's
front of you.
information still to be found, considering we really
There's a
can't
chest at
ask
the foot
him.
of the bed.
There's a chest in front of the bed.
Is there a chest in front of the bed?
There is.
You're like standing on it.
Sure is.
There's no There's no desk or anything like that in the
He
area.
says this while he's standing on the chest.
There is no desk.
So, so any information he has is probably in the chest. Open the stupid chest.
It does have
While
a
I'm
padlock
still
on it.
glaring at two particular individuals.
Vallen,
Palkas is holding
Ghostwoods
the
is-
key out.
Ghostwoods is still muted.
Oh, 1 second.
I'm sure he didn't have anything to say.
There you go.
It's all good.
You should be able to unmute yourself. Sorry, there was a setting on here that. Hey, I'm learning the new software.
No worries.
Sorry.
I
when
muted myself a background noise. I just didn't realise I wouldn't be able to unmute myself.
Well, it's fixed now, so you should be able to unmute yourself at regular intervals.
Yeah. Thorn only really wants to look around to see if there's any books anywhere.
Let's have a look. Let me double check. I don't think there are. There's just literally like the bed, the chest, and the bathtub,
And the guy in his robe.
and a dead guy,
Yeah,
And a dead
well,
end.
And that imp.
and a dead imp.
Mosquito.
I mean, there's
I know
plenty
it
of dead
tastes
stuff.
better in a ragu.
So Palkas hands the key over to Grim. Obviously seeing Grim trying to open the chest, realizing there's a padlock.
No, he's not trying to open the chest.
I thought you said you were.
He's saying
He's telling you to open the
any
chest.
information he has is probably in the chest. Open it.
Oh, okay.
You've got the key. Open the chest.
Then he'll use the key on the chest padlock in hopes that it works.
Yep, sure does.
Opens it up.
Okay.
Which
So
I'm
the
halfway expecting
primary
some kind
thing
of
that you
trap, but-
see in this chest is a box. It's a cube, actually. Looks like it's about 5 to 6 inches on each side. And it's composed of materials that look like there's like this really kind of interesting looking metal. Looks kind of like iron, but a little bit different. And
Like
then
black
there's
and
carvings
gold
on
and-
it that are inlaid with something that's either bone or horn or something like that. Yeah, it looks very unique. So that's
Do the markings look at all familiar?
they look like they might be related to the folks that you, or somewhat similar kind of origin than the cultists that you were fighting.
Are
But
they a language or?
yeah, I mean, not exactly the same. The other things that are in the chest are there's a jumble of wrinkled kind of garments, right? It looks like Thirstwell had a collection of robes. He liked to stay in his pajamas a lot. There's some red wax candles, some quills, blank sheets of parchment, and a few jars of ink. There's also like a wooden coffer. There's also a potion. It looks kind of like red liquid inside. And here you do see a book. It's a black covered tome titled Apocalypto.
So Palkas takes the book Apocalypse Now and hands it to Thorn and says, "Here's your book." Grabs the box, lifts it up, and says, "Anyone know what this is?" And just
Which
kind of
box are you holding up? The
he's holding the
square thing.
yes, square box.
Is it something any of us would know about?
If you could make wait, hang on, let me look at something really quick here. One moment.
Coyra, you're familiar with demonic contracts, right?
I was told not to talk about that.
Well, actually, since Grimm's can speak, read, and write Infernal, that's why I was asking if it was the markings were language.
Then they're not really language, but you do see some kind of markings that look like they resemble infernal writing.
Okay, that's hellish. point out the markings that look infernal.
Let me see.
And
That's
make
infernal.
an intelligence check, folks, to see if you, have any idea what this thing is.
Would knowledge, religion, or arcana
Nope.
benefit that?
It's not really like arcane in yeah. Oh well. I guess if anybody wants to substitute knowledge arcana, then you can.
Okay.
It'd be the same for me. So
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've got a higher score for Arcana, so I will re-roll with that.
Okay.
I'll probably get worse, but
Yeah.
nope, got the same. Got the same.
Well, then.
Anybody know what this is? Oh, I do. Ah.
Oh,
I
wait.
don't think you quite
No.
know
You
what
turn it
is.
around
Okay.
and suddenly it makes sense.
oh wait, that's what this is.
I was holding it upside down.
It's a cube.
So nobody recognizes the significance of what this item
I
is.
just point out that I recognize some of the symbols as being infernal, but
Yeah.
beyond that, I have no clue. And that's only because I know infernal.
How big is it?
It is 5 to 6 inch cube.
Very heavy.
Weighs about 3 pounds.
Goes in the sack with the torches.
Which
It's not openable, is it?
Now, don't go using that like you would the torches.
Palkas looks at you inquisitively.
That
Ghost. You should look at the link that I put in.
Oh, yeah, I did.
that could be an important thing.
I mean, if only.
Well, I'm just thinking, can you open it? And I'm like, no.
Palkas then takes it back out and just kind of puts it in front of Grim, expecting him to take it.
I'll take it.
I
Actually,
looked
let's
up
see,
really quick. It's
see if
not
there
that
is a
big.
way to open it. I'm curious.
okay.
Oh boy, here we go.
It'll be fine.
Well,
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
this is Pandora's box.
So you start kind of like looking it over, like turning it, from side to side, looking, and there's no obvious like push this button to pop the lid open kind of thing. And the more you look at it, the more you think that you would have to take maybe you could figure out how to open it, but you'd have to take some serious time to like study it a bit more intensely.
I'll stick it in my pack for now.
Okay.
Wait until we have an opportunity to examine it. Why don't these things have a big red button?
Open,
Everything should have a big red button.
open meat. Oh, do not touch.
So can I have a flick through Apocalypto kashcah?
Yeah, before you do that actually, Rhea will kind of pipe up and she says, that looks like an infernal puzzle box.
Of course, she passed the check.
Oh!
She didn't need to make a check.
Ooh.
Actually, that kind of makes sense with the infernal writing. Puzzle
Right.
box.
Elturellians thinking that they know the world, and they actually do.
So she kind of like sees some blank faces, perhaps, and says, infernal puzzle boxes are usually used to keep contracts between, a devil and some other entity.
Are you kidding? I was absolutely joking when I said demonic contracts earlier. I was.
I was
Actually,
like,
that wouldn't surprise me.
I was joking when I posted the link to the lament configuration, but apparently the DC on that check is lower than we thought because like nail head done.
Oh, well, let's just hang on to this for now until we can figure out a way to open it and maybe see whose contract it is.
she says, I would be surprised if any of us can open this.
Yes, but you're like 12 or something.
She says, at least I knew what an infernal puzzle box was.
Yeah, at least knew it had something to
Curious
do with
how you
Infernal.
know that.
Anyway, are we
I
going to
could-
stand around here all day?
I could probably open it, but I'd probably also destroy whatever's inside.
I took it
Okay.
carefully into my pack.
Let's not give it to Palkas, please.
Like I said, I tucked it into my pack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So where are you guys heading next?
I'm going to check this door that I've been standing at
Okay.
and open it.
Right.
You mean who are we going to kill next? Because it seems like that's the way this is
Whoever's
going.
behind this door.
Well, I was going to check this door, but yeah, I'll hold off on that.
Are you just opening the door wide?
Well, I
Because, you know, nothing bad happens that way.
Do it.
Open it.
It's just
You
a
know
Yeah.
you want to.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's done now.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is a very dark room actually, and it contains a very simple kind of version of what you saw in Thirstwell's room. Thirstwell's room was quite nicely furnished. This is like bare bones kind of furnishings. Obviously got a bed. There is a wooden chest with clawed feet at the end of the bed. There's a night table, and that is
thought that was a
it.
chamber pot.
It's pretty drab.
Is the bed like a normal size or is it like big? I'm
Maybe
kind of
it's a little
guessing this
bit
is
bigger than
Mortlock's
usual.
room. Oh, if it's not really any bigger than usual, then I don't know who it would belong to. Check and see if the chest is locked.
It is not.
Flip it open with my boot.
Okay. So inside the chest, you see a few drab garments, a few kind of like worthless looking personal effects, like there's a crappy old hairbrush and it looks like an envelope of buttons or some crap like that. And there is a stuffed troll doll.
With like poofy crazy hair.
Sure.
Okay.
Fit on the end of a pencil.
I know since the doll seems like the only thing of note in here other than like some grubby clothes, I will grab that and probably just put it in my pack, unless somebody types up about it.
Yeah, I'm going to fight you over that doll.
Hey,
I
you
mean-
never know, man.
I mean, you've seen
No.
that I already locked Grim up. Nah.
Kashka, as a heads up, I was grabbing the remaining items in the footlocker in Thirstwell's room. That was a red potion and another small box, or
Yep, there's a small wooden coffer. And then there's a bunch of like wrinkled garments, red wax candles, quills, parchment, and ink. And,
what?
oh, and the book, which,
Right,
sorry, Ghostwoods asked me about earlier.
he did.
So you start flipping through the book, Ghostwoods, and it seems kind of like you're just catching like reading little excerpts here and there, and it seems like a very verbose description of something that's happening in the future. Like
Oh, that's cool.
the voice that it's being written in is, you know, kind of like almost prophesizing.
Good to know. Thank you.
And there is no author noted either.
So it's basically saying we're all going to die.
Maybe.
Like that's new.
True.
I don't know. Is Ghostwoods is Thorn flipping to the end? Are you gonna spoilers?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. So you do kind of like look at the last chapter, and it is titled, in fact, "The End of the Multiverse." So, kind of gives you some clues about like the content of it.
Yep, all gonna die.
I mean, inevitable end of everything, entropy, it's all good.
This being Baldur's Gate, I feel I must say we're all doomed. How many red candles did I get?
Oh my gosh.
I know it'll come in important later.
6.
6, all right. And is the coffer openable?
It is.
I would like to open the coffer box.
Okay. There's a bunch of coin in there. It looks like gold and silver. You guess probably a couple of hundred coins total.
Okay.
It looks like a slightly higher mix of silver to gold.
Close it, pop it in the pack for now.
Okay.
Okay, let's check the door I'm standing by.
Yep, the door is not locked.
Oh, well, let's just open it. Since that seems to be the modus operandi around here.
Okay, so this is the opposite of the room Malvola just looked in. It's a very tastefully appointed room. Contains a bed, side table, a claw-footed iron bathtub that's in front of the fireplace here, and an iron-banded wooden chest. There is a tall mirror mounted on the east wall opposite the fireplace. Let's see, the mirror's varnished wooden frame is carved with images of rats, ravens, and spiders.
Any indication as to whose bedroom this is? Just from appearances?
There's no, well,
I'm kind of wondering if this
and
is
you could
Amric's
guess
bedroom.
like of what you know of the Van Thampa family. This might be Amric's.
No, that'd be too crass. I was considering relieving myself on the bed. After that whole thing downstairs, I'm not exactly happy with him, so I'll let others check the chest if they want to. I'm not here to loot.
Okay. Anybody else? Like Coyra and Thorn?
I will say, hey, there's a chest in there too.
Well, we may not be here to loot, but we are here for evidence and information. So I will go and have a look at the chest.
If that's Amric's room, I'm not sure you'll find much information in there.
There's a look.
Okay. So the chest contains neatly folded and tailored apparel. Holding up kind of one of the quite nice jackets. It looks like it's cut to fit a slender person, about Amric's size. There is a jewelry box carved from what looks like either horn or bone. Yeah, that's about it, really.
Have a quick look inside the jewelry box.
Okay. That contains a gold signet ring, bearing, so it has some writing on it. It says, in common, "Stone hearts never bleed."
Fancy. Doesn't mean anything to me. Okay, fine.
Lovely sentiment.
Yeah, leave it.
Okay. What you guys doing now?
Coyra walked out of the room to check the one door that was still unopened, but since she saw Malvola there, she's like, Malvola is probably gonna check it.
Malvola, you could check it.
You're
You're muted.
You're still muted, bro.
This so stupid software is driving me crazy.
Welcome back.
Yeah. You can go right ahead if you want to. If not, I will open the door.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. All right. I will.
Coyra just moves just in case she has to be ready for combat.
Okay. So this is a balcony.
Move over
Has
here just
these
in
kind
case
of
Coyra decides to
crenellated
cast a spell.
battlements, but otherwise it overlooks the front kind of yard area, and you think it's about a 15-foot drop from the balcony to the ground.
Ouch.
Is that another door there?
It is.
15 foot.
Not that I can see that from where I'm currently.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a
Seeing that this is basically just, a balcony, I would proceed to the next door.
Okay. Are you opening it?
Coyra is following Malvola.
Yeah, I'll open it.
I'm gonna see if there's any. Try to carefully see if there's any guard activity in the yard below.
Hang on one second.
There's a Luxor ball again.
You don't see any guards below, actually.
Nice.
Is this a window?
Wait, where are you?
Okay, that circle with a star in it. I don't like those things.
Not
It was
that's the
a
door.
Oh,
From what I've seen, that's been a statue of some kind
Wait, what?
in previous adventures.
this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, hang on.
downstairs there was a creepy statue of the woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me describe this room to you. One moment. So this has an oak writing desk here. Yep. A matching chair behind it, 2 black candlesticks atop it, and then 3 bookcases here, here, and then on the north end as well. It has a staircase going up, and yeah, this is like, it looks like a suit of armor.
I immediately put the gauntlets in some other container.
Grim would just look at
I
you like,
throw them
"What?"
out onto the balcony. Oh, and the turn order thing pops up. Oh, great.
Oh, please God, no.
So yeah, as you kind of step into the room and start kind of making a move towards it to grab the gauntlets, it kind of turns, and you see this kind of red glow start to emanate from inside it.
I don't suppose there's a handout
here
for this
I have
thing?
a handout.
Please God, don't. Oh God,
Oh
I
crap!
was hoping it wasn't.
I like the description more than seeing it.
Oh, sorry.
This looks evil.
You're just saying that because it's
I
red.
like the sword. Is that what the sword actually looks like?
One
If we
second.
survive this, I might have to take the sword.
It's ceremonial.
It is, yeah. He's got a big ass long sword.
Yeah, that's still going to be a ceremonial ass whipping that we're going to receive.
Oh my God. Can we go back to like the sickly brother level challenges?
The dude you killed in his nightgown? No. You must now fight the Helmed Horror because of him busting in.
I don't
and
wanna
just
roll another
murdering one of the
character.
residents.
I actually like this
Oh,
character. I
God.
don't want to roll another one.
Where's my...
I get that feeling.
Hold on. Almost there, Kashcah. Sorry. I gotta pick the right thing.
Oh, okay.
My initiative is a lie.
Is that better?
Thank you.
No problem.
You're saying your initiative is cake.
I forgot.
Always.
And my dexterity score is 10. For all intents and purposes, so I don't know if that puts me above or below the horror.
puts you below.
I'm really wishing I had spells right now.
Okay, Grim.
I'm wishing I had hit points.
I'm wishing I had. It's not gonna be fun.
Wasn't Malvola over by the Helm Tower trying to remove the gauntlets when it came to?
Nice try. He said he was heading that way, but
Oh,
before
I
he
didn't-
got like
I didn't
chance
know
to get up close and personal.
I was
I
just
don't want to get
asking.
up close and personal with this thing.
Get up close and personal.
After you,
No.
I'm
I'm
trying to
second
decide if that's too close for a longbow.
As someone completely new to D&D, I don't know why you are all so afraid of that thing, but I'll just join of being afraid of that thing.
No, it's just that there was another suit of armor that had gauntlets on it.
I know.
The gauntlets shot off and punched the crap out of me. So
I
I'm like, there's
remember
another
that.
suit of armor. I'm gonna.
I remember that, but just seeing the reaction to the handout. It's like,
Yeah.
Well, it
Oh.
looks like an armored ghost.
Yeah.
Okay, from a player standpoint, I know what that thing is and generally how nasty it is. From a
It's-
character standpoint, Grim doesn't know that.
It's
But I don't suppose that hit.
I mean,
did
it's
not.
good for me.
I didn't
Like,
think so.
It's
Right.
good for
Bonus
me. as
attack
I
or bonus
really don't
action.
know.
That ends my turn.
it can't be any worse than a dude begging for mercy in his nightgown. I mean, right?
Sure.
So would you have said anything, Grim?
About
About enemies?
I
Oh,
probably
shit.
something along the lines of "Oh crap."
Yeah.
Okay.
And then unsuccessfully tried to shoot it.
Okay. So
Or
Rhea's
something like, "Oh crap, it's coming to life."
gonna kind of check
coming
out
right
what
for
you're,
us.
what you're talking about. So she makes her way there.
Yeah, Rhea,
sees,
go tank that thing.
what is in the corner, and is gonna kind of elbow or shoulder her way between you two, and kind of run in. She's gonna attack. So you see her big long sword comes out, and she kind of swings it around and takes 2 attacks.
Oh.
Whoa!
I mean, no,
Oh!
she
Axe.
doesn't.
Okay, Rhea is allowed to roll like that, but
Okay.
that thing is not.
Glad she's on our side.
Alright.
Please
Okay.
use, Kashcah, please use all the good rolls on the friendly NPCs. Thank you.
Yes.
Alright. So you see it takes some significant damage from Rhea's attack, and yeah. Coyra.
So, just hearing what Grim said, she's also just gonna look into the door so that she doesn't storm in and basically ends up dead.
Oh, you'd probably hear the clang of Rhea's sword
Yeah,
smashing it too.
that's why she's being extra careful, as that's not normal sounds you're supposed to hear. Upon seeing that thing, how did this thing work again? I used my bonus action to cast my flame blade. If I recall correct, that was via bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that.
So, and well, can I walk up to that? I should be able to walk up to here.
Mm-hmm.
How do I use this thing? Like actually attack with it? Like whack with it?
You use a scimitar normally, right?
So,
It's basically the same thing. The only difference is
The damage that it does.
well, and it's a melee. It's a spell attack, right? So,
Mhm.
so I think you'll
Well,
get a better bonus to
technically-
your spell attack than you would for like your scimitar attack.
But like how do I roll or whatever so that it pops up in chat and stuff?
You should be able to just roll as your scimitar attack, but when you do the damage, just do the slash command for rolling dice.
Okay.
So it should show up onto your attacks list. If it doesn't, then
Well, the
Doesn't-
spell itself isn't an attack,
Yeah,
so I
it's
don't know.
one of
You might
those
have to
weird ones.
you might have to set that up, but
Mhm.
I'll
Whatever
need
it
help
was.
with that then.
it's not that bad. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fine.
If that hits.
If that hits, I'll just do that
your
command.
flame blade kind of it connects with the armor, but it doesn't seem to kind of do any damage to
Okay.
it. It just glances off the armor without kind of really do anything significant.
At least I didn't hit a wooden pole or something. Anyway, that's the end of my turn.
Right. There's definite battle noise.
5, 10,
You can now hear fire in the mix too.
5, 30 plus first turn, so I have an extra 30 feet bonus, I guess. I'm going to go to this corner and shoot at this thing.
Okay. That hits.
And I have a bonus to attack for the first round dread ambush and nonsense.
It's a good hit.
That doesn't hit.
I'm almost afraid to wonder what you have to roll.
yeah. If 18 isn't a good enough roll to hit this thing, I think
Yeah.
we've got problems.
What kind of armor is it wearing? Full plate?
Yeah.
Yep, there you
If we
go.
beat the
Picture,
ghost,
I mean, it isn't so much wearing it, right? That is what it is.
Okay, fair enough.
it's reminds me of the bouncer at the bar,
Yeah.
the elf song, but angry.
The angry version.
Yeah. And,
It's the guard at the bar's angry brother.
Oh, so this is the mountain.
Yeah,
right.
pretty much.
Hopefully it won't be quite as epic of a thing to try and kill it. Sorry, that's me.
Okay, so it's its turn, and is going to take its longsword and strike back at Rhea. And actually, it misses. You see it swing twice, but both attacks miss.
Yay.
Yeah. Rolled an 8 and a 14.
Those are the kind of rolls it's supposed to get.
So thank you for using the good rolls on the good guys. I appreciate it. I like Coyra being alive.
Okay, Palkas.
Palkas moves down here, sees the door, sees the red armor, the armored red mist, sees people fighting the armored red mist, and then opens up his knapsack and shoots a torch out. No. Actually, this calls for a metal fist. So he launches one of the previous animated.
Oh, I was
clubs.
trying to take the gauntlets away from it, not give it more.
he chooses this.
Mysteriously grows a third arm.
Yes, and continues to slap the crap out of us with it.
This is perfectly going to plan. All right, so. All right.
Oh boy.
Where is it? Catapult. There we go. Level 1. It makes a dexterity save.
Okay.
DC 13.
Did I really? Oh, no. There.
And that's a level 1 spell, isn't it?
It is.
Oh
It
no.
fails.
So then it takes 12 bludgeoning damage.
So it doesn't
And
seem
has
to
a
be quite as
new
heavily
metallic
damaged
pancake.
as you would expect.
Okay, fair enough.
And let's see your wild magic.
Oh, that was a spell, wasn't it? Oh crap!
Yeah, that's what I said. That was a first level spell, wasn't it?
Hold on. That
I pushed the door shut.
turn. Four. There you
Okay.
Okay.
That's good. Like I said, I like Coyra being alive.
go.
Alright. Malvola.
Okay. This is okay. As a bonus action, I will cast Wrathful Smite, which it shouldn't have rolled the. Why did it roll the damage on that? Because I haven't made the attack yet. Basically, this is kind of like next time you hit with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, your attack deals an extra d6 of psychic damage. If the target is a creature, it must make a Wisdom saving throw or be frightened, which I don't think applies.
So do you have to do an attack first?
Well, I thought I was just casting the spell and then it would go off when I succeed on an attack, but oops. So we'll just change the sequence around a little bit. So I will advance to here.
Okay.
And I will attack with the flail, which doesn't do anything.
Nope.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You fanned him.
Still burn the spell slot. So. Rip.
Well, do you keep the charge until you hit? Is it like the next time you hit with an attack?
Yeah, it lasts for a minute. That's why I'm like, why did it roll the damage already? But
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
So when I succeed on an attack, I'll do that all over again.
We'll all be dead in 10 turns, or it will.
Grim.
Get it. Go punch that piece of metal.
Well, that's kind of difficult with the cluster of people around it.
You've got a reach weapon.
Well, he said go punch it.
Oh.
And since there's a cluster of people, we'll stick with ranged attacks for the moment.
Okay.
Nice.
That will hit. Okay.
You just killed Coyra.
Leave me alone!
Does a 19
You are the
hit?
one that did
Oh,
damage
the
to him,
second
not
attack?
me.
Wait, what?
This is
19.
not.
19 doesn't hit?
Oh boy.
It's got an AC of 20 or better, at least.
We're dead.
Oh. Whew. I'm surprised we
After
finished.
his last attack, Grim sticks his head between his legs. This is his butt goodbye.
Ray is gonna do.
And I start rolling a new character.
Alright, Ray is gonna do it. So the first one hits.
Second one hits Coyra.
Leave me be.
Hey, you entangled me.
I didn't damage you, while Palkas damaged you. Keep that in mind.
Palkas will get his.
I did not. It was that electricity that was just bouncing around the room.
Alright,
It'd be a shame if an arrow ricocheted and bounced back out of the room. Oh yeah, speaking
it's
of
my
which, Mark,
turn.
I'll think about it.
Still holding the flaming blade thingy. So
Yes.
I'm gonna give it another try.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
So
Oh,
So now
With
you
a
roll
nat
6d8.
20. 68. Wait,
66.
roll.
yeah, I thought it was
Three.
D6.
Shush.
So,
It's 66. You're right.
really quick, is it like this, or what do I need to change?
Yeah, without
Yeah.
the full stop.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
you need to change that 3 to a 6
Okay.
Because of the crit.
because it's a crit.
Okay.
I like these rolls.
So it takes 25 points of burning damage.
It's burning. It is burning.
Oh, the burning.
Oh,
Wait, hang
flame
on.
damage,
It's fire damage.
fire damage.
It is fire
I
damage.
mean, it's a flaming sword.
And it is magic.
Unless, of course, fire heals it.
It is red. That must mean what that is.
I'm really hoping it's not set up that way.
No, but if we're 3rd level and we're encountering like an iron golem type mob, there's something wrong with this adventure.
Helm Tor is bad enough.
It's not an iron golem. We'd all be
It's worse.
poisoned and dead.
So that's like the biggest hit that it's had yet, right? And it does take away a good chunk of like its kind of life force. So it looks like it's like the magic that's binding this thing together is barely there anymore. It's kind of like
Good.
looking a little bit crooked, like things aren't connecting quite as well as they were before. So
Unfortunately,
it
for
has
Coyra,
just
new
a
target
flicker of life
acquired.
left.
Yes, I realize that. But at least I'll die for the team then.
Unless of course, Thorn can finish it off before it gets to its turn.
I mean,
No
maybe
pressure.
it's having like difficulty moving and stuff now, so maybe I'm lucky.
Right.
Yeah, no pressure at all with Thorn.
Well, anything
Yeah.
else you want to do, Coyra?
Nope.
Okay. So
Okay. I'll take another shot.
Oh,
that hits.
nice.
Thorn, I love you.
And you skewer it kind of right in the opening in the helm with your with the arrow from your longbow, and it looks like you know that scene from Lord of the Rings where the top and what's his name throws the torch and it just hits the guy. That's basically what happens with your arrow.
It looks like
And
Hector Vink.
it kind of makes this clanking noise as like the armor kind of just falls off, and
The arrow.
like bit by bit the armor just kind of falls to the floor.
Nice reference.
Never watched the movies, I really
Oh,
should.
sorry.
Oh no, don't worry.
That's
I
good.
don't have
Yeah.
anyone fun
You
to
can't
watch
play
it with.
D&D legally. It's like there's a
Oh.
licensing thing. You have to like
Okay, goodbye.
see it for showers.
Right, it is.
You should have just enough time to watch it by next week.
I mean, I don't have any more fun to
Just gotta
watch it
start
with.
right away.
If you watch, no, that's if you watch the extended versions.
I mean, you've heard Bisco. Watching
have a
that with
boyfriend.
the Bisco. Do you think that's a good idea? You've heard what he did earlier.
Okay.
Let's
Additional theme
not.
music.
So he's playing Mary.
So did that finish it off? By the way,
It did.
Yeah, she's only said
Thank
that
God.
twice now, so just
It's dead.
yep. That's 3 times.
Did you notice it's dead?
Is it dead?
4.
It's dead.
Just make sure.
well, I had a different window open, so
Do you want
So
to
is
double
it dead?
tap?
Go on.
Just double tap. Shoot it again, Thorn.
I'm really considering taking that sword.
Go for it.
So I
And I
guess-
can use it. Why not? You know,
S-
it's
I guess
kind of a
turn
cool
on
looking
the-
sword. I just
Tur-
don't have a sheath. I don't suppose it has a sheath for that sword, does it?
Turn on the resolve, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we should look to the desk and the bookshelves.
Well, since I'm at the desk, I'll go ahead and search the desk.
I don't think that thing would fit in his sheath.
Yeah,
Like, you'd have to be replacing them constantly.
I have a stupid,
I could
probably
probably
stupid
make
question.
a sheath or of some kind that would fit. What's that, Kashcah?
Nothing.
So I have a probably stupid question. Since it lasts up to 10 minutes, can I, like, instead of now putting it away, still hold on to it just in case?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're basically just holding your sword,
Okay.
except it's fire.
Okay.
You can actually let it vanish from your hand and still call it back, so long as you keep the spell going in the back of your mind.
No.
Haven't you always said that?
It doesn't specify that in the
If you
text.
let go of the blade, it disappears, but you can evoke the blade again as a bonus action.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
didn't
realize that changed.
Neat.
I missed that. Neato.
So, for
I
someone that
thought that was like if you dropped it,
Well,
For
yeah,
got
someone-
disarmed.
for someone that really doesn't get it, can you explain it in an easier way?
Basically, you
Just
can
in
just,
case anyone is watching.
as
You
long as you
familiar with
don't
how a
cast another
lightsaber-
spell
Yeah?
for 10 that requires concentration for 10 minutes,
Mm?
you can dismiss the sword
And just call it back, basically.
Yeah.
and then call
Okay.
it back if you need it.
Okay, up to 10 minutes, basically.
As long as
Good
you
to
don't
know.
dismiss it from the standpoint of, okay, I'm done with the spell.
Yeah, okay. Like last time.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So is there anything in the desk?
So the desk
On the
doesn't have
desk?
any drawers on it. There are a few papers kind of sitting on top. Are you gonna look through them?
I'm going to rummage through.
Okay. So you see
See
some
if there's
kind of like
anything-
household invoices. Costs for
Boring.
fuel, like for heating, and very boring stuff like that.
Nothing pertaining to the cultists or anything like that.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. It's all boring.
Palkas would say, Coyra, there's another room behind you.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Thorn
yeah.
wants to have a look at the bookshelves.
I thought for a second that there was a window. Coyra carefully opens the door to look in. I really thought the thing was a window.
Only to find 2 helm torers.
Yay!
Okay, so hang on. So Ghostwoods is looking. Thorn, sorry, is looking through the bookshelves. And Coyra is gonna open the door. Okay. Thorn, it's gonna take you a little bit to kind of look through, kind of like you going along the titles, looking at the title.
Mainly, I'm just scanning to see if there's any hint of the fragments.
Okay.
I will ask Thorn, what was that book you were looking for? And I will start going through this one over here.
It's
Basically
called
doing what he's doing,
Yeah.
but I'm over at this other one.
Yeah, it's called the Book of Fragments. Don't open it.
Understood.
If you find a copy.
That sounds like something you wouldn't keep on a bookshelf in your office. But
But this family, who knows? And I suppose I'll help out and go through the bookcase that I'm right next to.
Okay. If all three of you could make a perception check, please.
no.
Okay.
There's a bunch of books here.
There are.
Nuh-uh.
So the only thing that, Malvola and Grim, you don't find anything that's particularly interesting. All these books look entirely boring to you. Thorn, you do find some kind of like interesting titles. It's a couple of what look like collectors' kind of first edition books that you think might have a value to them. You don't find anything relating to the Book of Fragments. One of the books, though, has kind of a title that catches your eye just because of the company you're keeping, called The Last Charge of the Hell Riders.
Okay. Well, we'll tell our friend whose name I've forgotten
Rhea?
about
Rhea?
it. Rhea, yeah. See if she wants it. I'm not going to bother taking the valuable ones. Antiquities have kind of lost their interest somehow.
Okay. Alright. So Rhea will Rhea's gonna have a look at that book. She does kind of like her eyebrow kind of goes up and she puts her hand out to have a look at it. She says, "No doubt they've got it all wrong."
Sure.
So then, Coyra, you're opening this door?
Yes, I am.
Okay, doke. Alright, let me give you the description of this room. So this, it looks like kind of old school like powder room. You know, like you have right here there is a vanity topped with an oval mirror, and there's a little kind of poofy chair or stool sitting in front of it. There is like this fancy wood partition that has like a painting of a bird of prey rendered in gold leaf. You see kind of just beyond that, you can just see the top of it. Looks like a big wardrobe in the corner. There is a big decorative gold rug here that is laid out in front of 3 wooden chests that you see against this wall here.
I assume I also see another door. Right?
Oh crap. Sorry, can you say that again? I hit the wrong
That-
button.
That is another door, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, first thing Coyra says is like, I don't see any danger. It looks like that kind of room that you just described. And she's gonna check those chests, just in case there's anything that we should know about in there.
Okay. So the chests hold. The first one you look at is actually full of shoes. It has these kind of like lift out trays, and it just has pairs of shoes like layered in, and you lift it out, and underneath there's another tray with more shoes, and you lift that out, more shoes.
Coyra
So it's
just
got all these
slaps it.
shoes in it, right?
She just
Another
slaps it
one
closed.
contains what looks like multiple old wedding dresses or bridal gowns. And then the third one has a lot of hats.
She basically, each chest she opened, she just closes with a bit of disappointment that there's nothing. Except for those wedding gowns, she's like, it's odd. There's multiple in here.
You can
I don't
kind of
know.
take them out a bit, and you can't. There are 3.
It's 3 weddings.
Well, the
You
thing
already
that
had the
I
funeral.
the thing that I comes to my mind here is Amric doesn't look anything like Thirstwell, and they sure as heck don't look anything like Mortlock. So I'm kind of thinking they're half brothers at best.
Interesting point.
I'm wondering what
Well, I mean-
Mortlock's father looked like.
An ogre. I mean, the dude is huge.
If only Thirstwell was still alive, he could tell you.
And somebody
Yeah.
had to turn him into a pincushion.
Yeah, some. He needed to get some air into his liver.
And other internal organs.
I was doing him a favour, honestly.
No,
Have you tried?
that was going to
looking
happen
around
anyway.
reality?
But we would at least know some stuff that we don't find
Eh,
out.
So back in this room, Rhea opens. She kind of like starts leafing through the book, right, and immediately finds that some of the pages, well, a big chunk of the pages, have a cavity cut into them. And
What?
inside is a small iron ring with 2 keys attached.
oh, that's cool. Good find.
While that is happening, Coyra is opening the door again that she's standing in front of.
Okay.
Unless something appears to attack the others, Grim's going to kind of carefully go up that spiral staircase.
That's excellent.
Oh boy, we're splitting the party pretty good now.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Thorn will follow. Thorn is interested in upstairs too.
Okay. So I'll just do this room over here that Coyra is going to first, and then we'll go upstairs.
Looks like a
So
master
this
bedroom.
room is, as you can see, a vast bedroom, right? Much bigger than the other 3. Features of this room include a canopied bed. It has kind of like one of those lovely like mesh kind of shrouds over it, well, like for insects, you know. There is a wooden privacy screen and you can, yeah, you're not sure kind of what's behind it yet. There is a, wait, where is it? Fireplace at the end. What else? And a padlocked iron chest. There's just a small side table here, and yeah, what is that thing? That thing is, well, it's a closed room at the moment. So there you go.
The privy.
Coyra looks back and just says, I think I found the woman's bedroom.
It's like everything is like bubblegum pink, isn't it?
Yeah, on the bed there's like cute little fluffy kittens.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like Harry Potter. Ooh.
Coyra tries to open the chest, but then realizes, hey, it's locked. So
If you let us know, then Thorn can
Yeah,
come
I
over
will.
and try and pick it.
I will most definitely let you guys know that it's locked.
Someone did find keys just a second ago.
But I don't know that.
Well, would she have like announced, "Hey, I found keys," or is she
Well,
like?
That's a good
Thorn
question.
would have seen it. Thorn's just standing there. He'd have seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't in the room when she found it and stuff,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, for sure.
as far as I'm aware, there's no key for it yet.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'll say,
Thorn would
well, let's try
definitely
those
see.
keys.
The padlock on the chest is, Coyra, you notice while you're looking at it, it is shaped like a horned devil.
That's bad.
They're not very subtle, are they? These people?
Yeah. Like,
And
You remember their dinette set, right?
Yeah.
right. And this here is, there's a cord next to it actually. It looks like it's a pull cord, like it goes up to the ceiling, and there's a little slot that the
done
cord
like that.
goes through.
It's the
And
same.
there's kind of like a wooden door on the front here. The wooden door is smaller than like a regular door.
Yeah, and it lines up with the similar looking thing that goes directly to the kitchen.
So kind of like a dumbwaiter.
That's exactly what I'm thinking it is. Is it open?
No.
Open it.
Climb inside.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it is exactly what you guessed. It's a dumbwaiter, so you
Okay.
kind of look, and it's this empty, like wooden structure.
There's a wooden cat that jumps out at you.
Scruffy. I was about to say there's a scruffy gray cat with wings. It's like chilling there, licking its foot.
Like, what? What do you want?
Hisses
Oh,
close.
hello.
If Rhea wants to try the keys, then I'll wait for her to try the keys. Otherwise, I'll have a go at picking the
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, like if you're kind of encouraging her to accompany you, she'll come over there. And she just hands you the keys.
Okay, well, let's try them.
So neither key fits this lock.
Okay, then it'll have to be these two keys.
what about the key that Palkas found? Like, can it only be used on the one chest in the vampire guy's bedroom, or could it
The
maybe
vampire
possibly
guys.
fix? I forgot his name. I think it was
Thirstwell.
close.
Thirstwell.
The one
But
that's
he
dead.
wasn't a vampire.
With a name like Thirstwell,
See?
It makes me think he's a vampire or something.
not anymore.
You see my point?
No, he saw Thorn's point. But
Okay, so you get your thieves' tools out, Thorn, and you're kind of picking at the lock, and you're able to pop it open. So the padlock.
We're opening a box to hell, are we not?
That'd be cool. Anybody want a satanic padlock?
I've got 3.
No. What? and you're asking me if I made deals with the devil? Like,
For-
come on.
No,
the
that
plus
was
side
me.
on the plus side for Palkas and I, if there's a trap on that chest, we're safe.
Yeah.
You'd like to think that.
Okay, I'm safer than you are.
There you go.
Yeah, you've got a big Palkas shield in front of you.
Mhm.
Grim, are you
Well, and I
going to
was
head
also headed
upstairs,
up-
or do you want to
Yeah,
wait?
I'm headed
or-
up. I'm headed upstairs.
Okay. Let's come back to the chest then, and I'll describe what you see up at the top of the stairs, Grim, if that's all right.
Okay.
So the spiral staircase climbs 15 feet up to a square room with crisscrossing rafters 10 feet overhead and a peaked roof above that. An empty bookcase dominates the west wall, and 2 filthy padlocked cages stand on the floor. Each cage holds a human prisoner and a chamber pot.
I think we
Oh,
found
that's
use
cool.
of the
The
keys.
dungeon.
Is this room somewhere on the map that I'm missing, or
It is, I'm just...
That's great. So, wait, what? So, oh, they're in the tower. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm like, why would someone
So-
keep a dungeon up? Oh, that's right, the tower.
While Grim is doing that, Coyra, since the one demon thing came out of a chimney, she looks up again, just out of safety.
Just
what did you say this was along the wall?
It's a bookcase.
Okay. Oh,
Yes,
gee,
it's
more
bookcase.
books.
It's an empty bookcase.
Seeing the people in the cages, I'm going to call down. Hey, who's got those keys?
Palkas says, Rhea does.
Bring them here.
Rhea, you're needed.
Yep, she'll kind of make her way over. What?
Keys.
Grim needs those keys you just found.
Okay,
She
He
gave them
points
to
up.
me.
that's
Oh,
true.
sorry. I didn't see that.
Thorn has them.
Thorn, you're needed.
Yeah, just a moment.
Just a moment.
What kind of state do these two look like they're in?
Um,
I mean, are they
they
conscious?
look pretty terrified in general. They
Them so
look a
warm and
little
cuddly looking.
malnourished, but not like they're on the edge of death or anything.
Anything
Oh.
up the chimney?
Give them each a bit of jerky and let them drink from my water skin. We'll have you. I'm waiting for the keys. We'll have you out of here soon. Can you tell me why you were in here? Who
Um,
you are?
mhm.
I'm Grim.
As you kind of are talking to them, the one that you're talking to on the south end here, kind of like their eyes are wide, and she says, "Oh, hang on." He says, "Imps," and he's pointing like up, and just as they say that, of course, popping out of invisibility are 2 imps that are kind of perched upon the rafters, and they're going to take this opportunity to get a couple of surprise attacks on you. So they swoop
Get
down,
tired of these pests.
and they're going to attack.
Why does it look like what the? Palkas.
She says that her eyes got really big, so
What's
I embellished.
Look at the one I'm talking to. The token.
No, there's nothing there. I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
Hmm?
What am I missing?
I don't know. Guess you'll have to watch it in a rerun. Anyway.
It's gone now.
Subtle. Really subtle.
Anyway, imps attacking me. Imagine that.
Imagine that. So they're gonna try and sting you, basically.
Thus
course
why
they
they
are.
became visible.
Stingy.
Miss.
That one misses. Ooh, does that one hit?
Unfortunately, that one hits.
Oh.
First damage I've taken that wasn't from friendly fire.
Yay!
I didn't deal damage. I just want to imply that again, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
How
Sorry.
much damage am I taking?
So this is what the sorry, I was like really confused by that text. So you do need to make a save against poison. So I think that's a con save. To see if you take the full poison damage. But okay, so yeah, you save. So you take. Don't worry about the extra die there. It's doing that because I had a crit if I'd have had advantage. So
Yeah.
so you take the 6 piercing and half of the 9.
Round up or round down?
Round down.
Okay. Yeah, I hope we're going to be resting soon.
10 points. Ow.
There's a lot of bets.
On the plus
Because I
side.
just went from 16 to 6.
So, really quick before the entire combat starts there too, did Coyra see anything of the chimney?
No,
Okay.
just so. Oh, nice.
Can you use those rolls in combat too, please?
Oh gosh.
Palkas, you don't use those rolls, please.
Thorn,
Oh, and that
I
might,
need you.
that might be the best initiative roll I've seen in a long time, buddy. Wow.
Did you make any kind of like surprise, ow, anything like that upon getting stung by a surprise imp?
Probably an ow. Damn it, that hurt.
I guess, yeah, Palkas wouldn't think anything of it, so that explains his initiative. I think he just
Okay.
dubbed your toe.
All right, good.
Okay. Which one stunned me?
This one.
Okay, that one's getting attacked first.
Okay. Oh,
Whoops.
that hits.
Is it still alive?
Yes.
Does that hit?
Yep. Now it's not.
And that ends my turn.
Okay. Alright. The second imp's gonna have another go.
Damn it. Just
Oh.
hits. My
Sorry.
AC is 17.
Oh!
Boy.
Well. Oh.
Oh, that's right, he needs to make the save. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh! Nice.
So you definitely
However-
definitely take half the poison.
Which is 9. Or 8.
However,
That still puts it below 0.
remember how it said I was at 6 hit points?
So Palkas, you hear a
How
thump
could you hear a
from upstairs.
thud?
It'll be a while before I get up there. Because I
Mhm.
rolled a 1. God damn it.
Yeah, I probably would have been fine if I hadn't taken damage earlier.
I didn't deal damage. Just want to.
I didn't say you.
I just want to put myself into safety.
Well, you're completely safe. Grim's unconscious at the moment.
Okay.
I'm having bad flashbacks right now.
Mm-hmm.
At least there's not a giant wolf standing above me this time.
So as speeches of reaction, well, actually, maybe we should make perception checks. See if you hear.
So that maybe somebody
Grim
else
hitting the-
knows before one.
Let me find perspective. Oh, I'm being blind again.
Is just under nature, a little under halfway.
I feel like I
Oh,
didn't
wow.
see
Yeah, you're being
or
blind.
did anything.
Wow.
I'm too busy looking up into the chimney, it seems like.
Do you need me to make one, or you told me that I heard it?
Yeah, you would have heard it. You were close enough. And Rhea definitely heard it with that 13. And And she's next, so she is going to say, she kind of pushes past you, Palkas, and says, kind of like, what was that? As she kind of pushes past and heads upstairs. Hang on, let me zoom out, and then I can put Rhea up here.
Palkas is busy calling to Thorn. Thorn, we're going upstairs. There was a noise.
Okay, so she gets to the point where she can see kind of Grim, on the floor unconscious, and she sees the imp up above him, and she
At least there's one dead imp up there.
yeah.
Oh no, you didn't. And then she just takes it out.
Yeah, she's gonna do that.
Oh wow. Oh dang, she is the crit master.
Dang.
Okay, so she finishes that imp. Not that anybody knows. Be hilarious actually if Grim was like, yeah, I totally did that.
Well, Grim's currently taking a nap.
Alright, Thorn.
You said you needed a
Possibly
rest.
a really long nap if somebody doesn't get their butt upstairs.
Well,
Hey.
I mean, you wanted a nap.
Yep. Wish granted.
Paybacks. Paybacks.
I
So
can't
yeah,
help
all-
my initiative
all
roll.
Thorn
Leave
has
me
really
alone.
had so far was Palkas we're going upstairs. So I'm
Yeah.
going to have a look in the chest.
Him also saying that you're needed.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, you told him it'll be a
Needed?
minute.
so what's in the chest?
Okay. So in the chest, make sure I get this right. It contains 3 thin black covered books, a set of calligrapher's supplies, a little kind of like almost little like tray of like all these little glass vials and kind of little bottles as well, and there's a coin purse, and hang on, there's another thing that's kind of looks like a set of pan pipes.
I'll take the books and the pipes. I don't really care about anything else.
Okay.
And then I'll start
In the
and
arena.
stop the cat scrapping in the background.
Kitty.
If I still have movement, I'll start ambling towards Palkas and the stairs.
Yeah, sure.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That'll do.
Okay.
Hey, Palkas.
Hey, Thorn. Everyone's gonna be able to get upstairs before Palkas can turn around at this place. Did he like hit his head on the door jam or something? I mean, come on.
By the time you actually get your turn, there's gonna be no room up there because
It's fine.
like, all the
Somebody
space
just
is gonna be
stabilized the
occupied.
guy. Come on.
Actually, the double move would get me to the top of the stairs. So I will end my turn at the top of the stairs.
Okay. Coyra?
Coyra, looking up from the chimney, turns around and is about to say, I don't see anything, and everyone is gone, so she's just gonna start looking where everyone went. How? 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And she's just she sees Thorns, and she's like, nothing in the chimney.
We're going
Completely
upstairs.
oblivious to everything that happened.
Palkas
We
wants us to go
finally make it
upstairs
to
now.
Palkas' turn.
Okay, we'll go up.
I go upstairs.
I didn't see that one.
Can you move me up there?
Oh, yeah.
Because I see Grimmy down and instantly apply medical attention
Okay.
using my medical kit.
Okay.
You're stabilized, sir. That's the best I got. I don't have heal spells.
At least I won't die this time.
Then he trips, falls, and lands on you. No,
That's doing enough damage to kill me outright. Thank you very much.
that's his.
He's a half orc. It's a lot of
he's-
weight.
Are there
No, with
just-
my luck, his maul, he would trip and his maul would fall on my head.
So here's the thing. I don't know why we continued with turn order after both imps died, but maybe there's more coming. I don't know.
Yeah, I was
Well,
thinking the same.
It was more for
Just in case I
for
had to make
making sure
death
that you
saving
did
throws.
actually get the Grim before anything.
Yeah.
happened.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But yeah, we can get rid of
Yay.
So, well, after Thorn said we're going upstairs, Coyra goes upstairs too. Let me try to do that. It's a little bit grand, but she looks at Grim and she thinks like he might need some.
Crap.
Before I say anything, yes, he might need some help. Coyra walks over to him and uses Cure Wounds.
Yay!
Nice.
I said, uses Cure. Why is it not doing it? Gosh darn it! Roll 20, please put it in chat. Oh, because I need to cast it at a level. Whoops.
Oh.
Now it opened 20 windows. That's why my roll 20 is now lagging. Great.
8 points of get up.
I now have an input value stuck on my screen.
Crazy thing that Roll20 is doing right now is currently Grim still has the outline from initiative order.
Oh, for me, I just have an input value stuck on my screen. That's all
That's
that I
weird.
have.
Roll20 must be having a little bit of a heart attack
This-
going on.
Maybe it's looking at Discord and trying to follow its steps.
Oh god, no. So yeah. Oh, there's prisoners here.
Coyra looks to Grim and is like, I hope that makes up a little bit for the entanglement.
Thorn, I think Grim was asking for those keys that you found to set these two free.
Oh, wait.
And
Yes, I'm sure. Can you describe these people for me, Kashcah?
Yes. That's a very good point.
I'm just going to move over here, kind of lean against the bookcase, and yeah, I'll just be right here.
a couple of devils in cages.
Nope, so we
If
have
they
one
are, you guys fight them. I'll be over
on
here.
the north side here. We
So-
have a lady, a human. She is dressed in, actually she's got like these kind of rough looking trousers on. General kind of not particularly fancy clothing. And then on the south side here we have a man, again human. He's dressed in nothing. Well, his clothing looks a little bit better, like a little bit higher quality than the ladies did, but they both look pretty dirty and like they've been in here for a few days or so, at least, and
Okay. So I'm going to go down to here and look at the guy. Go look at the guy and say, "Is your name Fisk?"
he looks at you kind of confused and shakes his head. No.
Who are you?
My name is Kajil.
Just
What
let them
are
out of the
you?
cages already.
So, while this
Did
is
you say
happening,
that?
Coyra asks Grim if he's feeling better, if not, if he needs more healing. I
I
don't
need
want
a
him
nap.
dead. I understand that.
Sorry, so what was your other question?
What are you? Professionally.
I don't understand the question.
He said
They're
professional.
job do
prisoners.
you do?
Let them out.
What do I do? I a tax collector?
Yeah.
Oh, leave him in the cage.
That was a quick change of heart.
I'm not the IRS.
I'll toss the keys to Grim. All
Don't
yours.
toss them to me. I'm sitting here taking a nap. Let them
You're
out.
already standing in front of the lock. Open the door.
I already did it. I mean, if you're not going to catch them, they'll probably hit you in the head for no point of damage. But I think you have reflexes.
Yeah.
Do these keys work on these things?
Yeah.
Okay. You're free. You're free.
Oh,
Why are you in here?
elf.
Who are you asking?
The one closest to me.
Okay. He says, Duke Van Thamper put me in here. I was giving her a hard time about money that she owed, and apparently you can't do that without being captured.
Yeah. You just kind of yeah.
Did you like unlock?
If Thorn was just offering the keys up, then he'd have taken it and unlocked the door for him.
Okay.
He'd say, "There's been a tussle downstairs, so if you leave, good luck."
He says, "Is it safe? Are they going to just put me back in here?"
Maybe. You might want to trail behind us so that you can get out easier.
I mean, you
So
haven't
he
left
kind of
many
clambers
people
out
alive.
of this cage, and he doesn't smell too great, and yeah, he's kind of like just he's stretching his like legs after being like locked up in this space. He's kind of like really sore, and you see him like kind of rubbing his back where he's been like, you know, sitting against this cage for an extended period of time.
Palkas then talks to the other one and says, "How about you?"
She says, "What about me?"
Why are you here?
She says, "Well, I work on the city sewers, and I was trying to, Duke Van Thampa found out that I was going to, something about my plans for extending the sewer line, and she was not happy, so she was holding me here, she says, but I won't say a word to anyone about this. You can let me go, and she says, and I won't do anything with the sewers. It's fine. I'll just forget that I ever thought of that idea."
Extend them where?
Yeah, what was my question was what neighborhood was the bathhouse in, and ask her if the area she was talking about extending the sewers through was the same neighborhood.
She said, she kind of looks at you a little bit wide-eyed. "Yes, that's exactly it."
Well, we
Oh.
understand exactly why that happened, at least.
Palkas just kind of raises an eyebrow and goes, "We do?"
That's where the bathhouse is.
Oh, but they're all dead.
Right, but she doesn't want people to know that there's this,
Secret
place
hideout.
full of people, city workers digging new sewer lines right into the middle of their secret thing.
Well, I think you'll be okay if you can manage to get back to your old work. We killed all the cultists that were in the underground there.
She says, "Is Duke Van Thampa still alive?"
What? Who's?
So far,
Wait,
As
Duke?
far as we know.
Yet.
Duke? There's
Didn't
there's a
find him.
male leader?
No, it's
She.
it's the matriarch. It's the title that they all have. It's not gender
Oh,
specific.
okay.
We
Excellent.
didn't see her yet.
oh yes.
Oh, it's John Wayne.
It's John
The Duke. Oh, boy.
She'll say, if Duke Van Thamp is still alive, I cannot continue my job. She will kill me, I think."
How
Wait.
often does she come here?
She says, "To this tower? I haven't really seen her since they locked me up here.
How long have you been here?
A few days."
We're never going to find her.
Well, we probably are.
Well, didn't you guys say something about stairs down?
There's stairs down.
Yeah, the stairs
Goes
down
down.
from the kitchen.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot. I'm zoomed in so far right now. Let's zoom back out a bit.
We could escort these folks. Maybe take a little bit of a rest first, but escort these people off the property.
Well, why don't we take a rest while we've been talking to them and continue talking to them a bit. Get them all situated and...
So I take it we're taking a short rest.
I think somebody is looking for one, so...
Yeah, that would be lovely.
It won't get me spells back, but at least I can get hit points back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If we're going to do that, I suggest we don't do that up here.
This is probably the most out of the way place.
Yeah.
We can go through the windows if we need to.
If someone
It's also
comes
the third floor, and it's super crowded, and it probably stinks like dirty butt in here, if not just because of this guy.
I can
mean,
open a window.
That is true, but if someone comes up, it's just one push and they fall down a pretty long staircase.
Everything is filth. This is just a little more obvious.
By the way, really quick, ignore what's gonna be put in chat. I can't get this thing away until I click submit.
Okay.
So ignore that. Thank you.
Well, we could go down and keep an eye out from the balcony if that helps, and neighboring rooms. Anybody approaches, we should see them entering the estate.
But there's still 3 guards. And if
Wait,
they're
what was that second
patrolling,
roll, Shy?
What?
it's
You were
nothing.
casting it again?
No,
She's
that's
just-
Oh, okay.
roll 20
That's-
bugging out.
Never mind then. Okay, so where are we taking a short rest? Here?
I think up
Somewhere
here
else?
is the best place. I mean, if someone comes up and poses a danger, it's one push away off those stairs.
Kitchen? Grab some snacks while we're there?
So you're hanging that up in that room?
Sure.
I mean, we've got view, we've got defendability. It seems like the safest bet.
Yeah, I guess so. Am I injured? I'm not.
Okay. So you're going to stay up here and let's do this actually. Because you've pretty much as you can see, right, you've been through the villa quite thoroughly, and eliminated all of the obstacles that you found. So
Being very kind with that statement.
you level up.
Ooh.
Oh, we level up?
You level up.
We're level 4? Ooh. Let's take a long rest. No. Kidding. All right. And are we ending it there? Or are we
It's up to you.
You're the DM. I don't know. Usually you say, and why don't we end it there when we run out of content
I know.
or time? So
Yeah, maybe we do. It was kind of a shorter session today, but we had a rough start with Discord.
yeah.
So
For those that don't know, Discord being down, that's our usual way of running this. And so instead we're trying another software solution temporarily, and we started an hour late.
So yeah, I mean, maybe this will give everybody a good chance to level up, and then we can pick up after your short rest when we return. What do you guys think?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm cool with that. All right. Well then, I will say thank you once again, viewers. Thank you again, players, and thank you most of all to our Dungeon Master Kashcah for putting up with our shenanigans. So, tune in next time, and we'll see you guys. Should be next Saturday. No, we're not doing it next Saturday. Right?
No.
No.
Oh.
Definitely not, because yeah, I've got a commitment. I've got to drive down to Edinburgh and take a test to stay in Scotland. So
Oh,
Keep me up to
Yeah.
date.
okay.
we'll see you all hopefully in a couple weeks on
Yeah.
the Saturday following, which should be the 21st, provided that that still works with people's schedules. We'll find out.
For me, it
Stay
works.
tuned. Join our Discord. Visit the channel on YouTube and whatnot. And we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.